Recording. Okay, welcome to the Maxreviews and Hobbricks Podcast. I'm Braden. This is Hobbricks, and I think first gonna be talking about Boba Fett. So
Boba Fett. All right.
Yeah, first 3 episodes I think to start.
First 2 episodes. I liked them. I thought the third one was the weakest one. That's for sure.
Yeah,
There's
like
a lot of weird elements where it was like the Wookiee gets in and attacks him somehow. Just explicitly is there inside the building. Okay.
Yeah.
But I liked the first 2. I really did like the second one. I liked all the kind of tribal elements there. It gets like accepted into the tribe or whatever. I thought that was all cool.
Yeah, I was a pretty big fan of the second episode. The first one started out okay, and then the third one I didn't like that one.
Yeah, third one was kind of weak. I didn't hate it though. I was like, it's okay. It just kind of like it kind of like it's all just a problem where it's like everything like I was like hoping they would explain like wasn't. So by the end I'm like, what was really the point? Like I'm just kind of like I liked this while I was watching it, but now I'm like, does it hold any merit now? Like the destination was so like anticlimactic and pointless. Like it's just
another really weird thing with the third episode was the twins. I don't even know why they were in the show. They didn't need to.
Yeah, they just like appeared and they left or whatever. Like what was that? It's like
I thought they'd have some deeper thing going on there.
Yeah, when I was like, you saw my theory, right? I was like, oh, they're probably gonna like sneak back in and like take over their land again, and that would make sense, but they literally just left. And I saw another video by someone else on the internet pointing out the fact that like now the Pikes are gone at the end of the show. Why wouldn't they try and come back? Like, no. Like they just left. They're like, all right, bye. Like, what? What's up with that?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they just like showed up and they're like, we sent the Wookiee to kill you and it didn't work, so bye. And I thought there was something fishy about that. I'm like, how did you just show up with a Rancor on hand, like ready to give to him? Like something about that felt very staged, right? And then it was like, oh no, it was actually just bad writing, I guess. Like they're just there and they just left. Like, okay.
I think that was the main problem with the entire show. They wouldn't focus on Boba Fett, and then they couldn't focus on the villains, is the thing.
Yeah, the villains were just kind of like there. I don't know. I thought they were gonna have like this. I thought they were gonna have some sort of twist. Yeah, there was gonna be some sort of twist or some sort of reveal, and it was just like, oh, so it literally was just the Pikes were there and they were trying to get their spice trade to take over the town. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's just kind of like lame, I guess. And I thought the first 3 were like fine. Like I didn't have any major problems with it. I was like, I liked it, but then I was like, after the 4th one, it kind of was when I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Another really frustrating thing about the first 3 is they had the Tuskens and they had set that up and then they killed it in the 3rd one. They killed them all off. And I thought they were gonna come back. Like Boba Fett's looking for an army the entire show, and he had an army, and then they just killed them off. It's just weird with it.
And I felt like I had thought like I saw that complaint and I was like, well, I'll wait and see how it plays out. You know, like maybe that was like that there was a purpose behind that, but there wasn't really. Like I thought it was gonna be like, oh, someone killed them, and then it was kind of weird, right? Because Cad Bane shows up at the end and he's like, these guys killed your family, and he's like, Boba gets all angry, but I'm like, wouldn't it have been more like of an emotional aspect if it was like he had directly killed them, but instead it's like some guy shows up and tells him that someone else killed them. Like, oh, okay. Like it was just kind of lame. Like it was like, oh, what was there meant to be an aspect of payoff there? Like
I think they were trying to make it so that it was personal to Boba Fett, but that didn't even work because Fennec Shan kills the villains, not Boba Fett, so it's not personal.
Yeah, she just shows up and shoots the bad guys, shoots all of like the mafia bosses in like one room or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, when that happened, I was thinking like she was gonna take over their operations, and like you did your video on the Fennec Shan turning evil, and she was like no. The main focus of episode 4, and then they don't really do anything with her at all.
Yeah, because she's like in The Mandalorian, she's like, oh, I owe him my life. And it's like I thought they were going to explore more of like why she feels like she owes him her life or whatever. And then like it just seemed like once again like her mood swing was like so sudden. She was like, "Okay, thanks for patching me up, but I also don't really care. So I'll get you your shit back and then I'm done." And then she's suddenly like, "Actually, I'll stick around for no
Yeah.
reason." And then
And
like and there wasn't any like twist. Like that's what I was saying. I was like, "Oh, it's because she's working for this other like group." It's like no, she actually just was like loyal to Boba the whole time, I guess, even though like her actions didn't really like show that. She's just like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, she's got this
It's just
huge
strange.
commitment to him, but when you see she saved her life, that's pretty big, but it's not a life debt. She's got this giant commitment to him, like she's known him for years, but no.
Yeah, it's strange. Like they never really like explored her or like how her like morality or worldview changed. Like at the beginning, she's like, "You want to create a crime family? That's weird. We're bounty hunters. We don't do that." And then at the end, when he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm cut out for this," she's like, "Well, if not us, then who else?" Or something. And it's like, wait, when did your worldview change? We never saw that take place. When
Yeah,
did
no
your whole like,
character arc.
yeah, like she didn't really like we didn't see her morality or worldview change. It was just kind of like, I guess that happened. Like we didn't really explore her or anything. And I thought like when she was in the, I forgot which episode it was, but whenever Boba got assassinated and she was like being all chill and relaxed, I was like, "There's something off about you." But it turns out, I think it was just them trying to give her some sort of characterization because they failed to really give her any personality. Like she's just such a blank slate character. Like,
Yeah. And the other thing, they disservice Boba Fett in his own show. Like, even like before the first 3 episodes, he didn't have any character arcs or anything big going on because all the Tuscan stuff had happened in the past. All this stuff. In the end, you get
yeah,
to it, and he's like, "Okay, I saved all these people in this town that I
all
don't really
right,
know. You don't even know why he's committed to the
yeah.
town. Like, why?"
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't really ever go into it. They like they set it up and then they just like focused on something else for 2 episodes, and then by the time you cut back, you can't really build anything up. So like they're just like a bunch of explosions and stuff, and it's over. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like I saw someone saying that the bikers or whatever were supposed to be like the embodiment of the town or whatever, but it's like you couldn't like you couldn't have like an episode where he just goes around like the town and like I don't know is solving petty crimes or stopping petty crimes and is getting to know the townspeople and they come to like respect him more because like all the show like all we have in the show right now is at the beginning they're like no one respects you and then suddenly at the end the town respects him for no reason really.
Well, he
Like
saved
why?
them. He did save them.
But he
Does save
smashed up
them.
the town in the process.
Yeah, he's like that. These things will destroy the entire town when the Scorpion droids show up, and then the Rancor comes and destroys the entire town.
I think he caused more damage than the
Yeah,
droids
he
did.
did.
Like that's really stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Why did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, okay, good job, Boba.
Yep. And then for the next 3 episodes, what did you think of them? Why? I understand they went off the rails, sort of like not Boba Fett, but I still enjoyed the first two, the 5th and 6th episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, I felt like towards the end of the fourth one, they started to go off the rails a little bit when Boba Fett is like, I have to climb into the Sarlacc pit for no reason. And it was like, wait, why? It's like, okay, I understand, like, all
You
right,
might have
he's
forgotten.
delirious. Yeah, he was delirious when he climbed out of the pit. He got the armor taken off him. He got knocked out. It's like fair enough to believe that after all these years, he would have forgotten.
Yeah.
But then they don't explain how he found out that whatever the guy's name is, Cobb Vanth had the armor in the first place. Because as is the context surrounding that is very murky. Like in Mandalorian, he finds Cobb Vanth in the desert. He does this job for him and gets the armor. He drives away, and Boba Fett's watching him. And then he shows up 5 episodes later and is like, "I've been tracking you." And it's like, wait, if you knew Cobb Vanth had the armor, why didn't you just approach him and ask for it when it was in the possession of some guy on the same planet as you for years? but he just decided to wait until someone else took it, and he like tracked them across the galaxy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why did
just
he
weird.
wait? Like, the context of that is super weird. Like, I saw this theory that perhaps he found out that Cobb Vanth was using it for like a noble cause, like he was protecting the village, and then he like was like, okay, that's fair enough. I won't take it back yet because I don't really need it. But when someone else does, I'll take it. And I was like, okay, I guess that would like make a little bit more sense of it, but they never
Maybe.
explain that.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like they set that up. Like he's like, I don't know where the armor is. And then they don't resolve that. Like they never explain how, when, why, like why did he wait so long to like move to try and get it back? Like it was in this one place for years, but you decided to like go after it once some other guy took it. Like that just seems like really strange.
Yeah, weird with it. They didn't really explain much for it is the problem.
Yeah, it's just like so murky. Why didn't you explain that more? But like overall, like I thought the fourth one was decent. But like once again, it all kind of relied on the destination of it.
Yeah.
And like fifth episode, I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. If I view it as like a Mandalorian episode, it's like fine. But like I did feel like they rushed some of it. Like I can see how elements in there, if they were spaced out more across a full Mandalorian season, could have been more interesting. Like him like revealing that he broke the creed or whatever, and they're like, you have to go. But in the episode, it's just kind of like, well, you're not a Mandalorian anymore. Bye. And that's the end of that. I'm like, oh, okay. Like they could have like developed that more if it was its own story. And like I kind of like the concept of him being unsure as to what he should do with his life. So he's just gone back to bounty hunting. Yeah, like that's an interesting concept, but it just kind of like happened. Like it was just there. And it's like, oh, okay. They just kind of poked at it and they were like, oh, now he's gonna go over here and join Boba Fett or whatever.
Yeah. Because at the end of episode 4, I was getting excited because we were done with the flashbacks. We were actually getting onto the whatever it was going on with the Pikes and stuff, and then that got delayed for episodes.
Yeah, it got like it was just distracted from. And then like from the very end of the fifth one, I was like, when he's like, I have to go visit my friend or whatever, I was like, wait, what? Like, how do you know where he is? And then the sixth one started and it was like, oh no. Like it just starts, he's like immediately there. I'm like, how did you find that out? Like I guess you can just kind of forgive it if you're just like, okay, he's a bounty hunter. Maybe he just like did some digging and found out, you know? That's fair enough. Yeah. But like Luke never told him where he was going.
Nope.
He never said what his name was either.
Well,
because when he shows up, he's like, I'm looking for Skywalker. Like how? Because I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to stretch here. In the Mandalorian show, it was always kind of a weird aspect of his character was that he was so clueless about like everything. Like he was so clueless about the Jedi. He didn't like know anything. Like he was such a clueless character. So the fact that he would now like find out this much information, I'm like, I don't know. He was always such a clueless character that I'm like, how do you now know all this information, dude? Like, I don't know. He just showed up there, and it was like R2-D2 was sending him a signal or whatever. But it was like, I don't think you can send. I'm not completely like into all the terminology or whatever, but I don't think you can send a beacon through hyperspace. Like you would have to know the coordinates to the exact location where the planet is. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah, when we finished episode 5, I was thinking episode 6 was going to be Boba Fett, and then we just save going to see Grogu and Luke and all that for like Mandalorian season 3. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, and they just kind of shoved it in there.
Yeah. But I did like what we got of it. You know, it was nice to see.
It was like I didn't have a problem with it like until the end. Like, or like at least the Luke and Grogu aspect. Like I didn't have a big problem with it until Luke was like, you can't give into attachment, whatever. I'm like, what? Your character was never about that. Like I always thought of Luke's character as being like this symbolic character of like the new beginning for the Jedi. Because like the point of the Jedi was that they were like their weird like ways of like denying love or whatever. It was like why they like became corrupted, and then they like died because they were like so corrupt. But then it was like, oh, Luke just now believes in the old Jedi ways. Since when?
Yeah,
Because in the original movies, Obi-Wan and Yoda were like still being those crooked old guys. They were like, you can't go save your friends because you're giving into attachment. He's like, no, I don't care. He goes to Cloud City even though it's like a trap because he wants to help his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an attachment was the thing that saved Anakin Skywalker. That's what redeemed him in the end, was because his son like cared about him, and he was like, I know there's good in you, and he was right. So the fact that he's now denying attachments, it seems super strange. Like that's out of character for him.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I was fine with it. It didn't destroy Star Wars or anything for me.
Yeah, no, I just like, why did they do that? Like that didn't need to be there. It like ruined the entire character arc of Luke. Like it just seems, and then Ahsoka was like, she didn't even need to be there.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't.
Just there.
It was sort of cool. Like, oh, I didn't expect to see you here, but she's there. Okay. I don't really
and
hate
the context surrounding it makes no sense. Like in Mandalorian, she's like, go to this other planet because I don't even know if Jedi exist. And then she's like, oh, now I'm here with Luke. It's like, wait, when did you find out Luke existed? Because there hasn't been that much. They imply that not that much time has passed since the Mandalorian. So it's like, when did you find out that Luke was a thing? Like, if you had known Luke existed, then why didn't you tell Mando to go straight to him?
Yeah.
It's like, and the like entire character, like Ahsoka, I don't know how far you said you were rewatching Clone Wars. I don't know how far you've gotten, but like the entire point of her character is like she realizes like the corruption of the Jedi
and leaves,
and she's like, she leaves the Order because of their like weird, restrictive like ways, and like she realized that the Jedi denying attachment was what led to Anakin turning to the dark side. So when Mando took Grogu to her in the first season, she said, no, I won't train him because I've seen what like this can do to someone. And I was like, okay, that's like somewhat in character for her. But now here she's like, Mando literally asked her, like, why are you okay with Luke training him when you weren't going to train him? And she's like, well, because that's his choice or something. I'm like, what?
Well,
wait, that doesn't.
I think she sort of disagreed with him. There was just a second where you see her hesitate and sort of like a bit of just disagreement with that. So I don't know with that. Maybe.
She was like totally out of character. It's just like, what have you done to Ahsoka? Because, and it doesn't even make sense because her main objective right now is finding what's his name, Ezra, and Thrawn or whatever. Because in Mandalorian, they heavily implied that her primary goal at that point in time was finding Luke and Ezra, or not freaking Thrawn and Ezra.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, why did you decide to go here? Like she just leaves at the end of the episode. She's like, looks like bye. She's like, okay, I'm leaving now. Where are you going? Like, why did you come here? Just to tell Mando that he can't visit Grogu? Like, she didn't need to be there at all. Like Mando could have just given Grogu his little shirt. She didn't need to be the one that gave him that. Like, just kind of a pointless cameo. But yeah, I didn't really like that episode. I mean, I liked the stuff with Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane shows up, and it's like, okay, cool. There's a little bit of foreshadowing when he takes out the Pikes at the beginning. And he's like really good at, I don't know, he's really good with a blaster. So then later it's like, oh no, Cad Bane's actually better. So he takes him out. Okay, that was actually like a nice bit of foreshadowing.
That was good.
But yeah, but like, I don't know, everything else with like Luke and whatever. It's like, I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
But, and then it was like, I was like, maybe they can pull it back together. It was like, no, they really couldn't pull it off at the end. Like the ending was like.
Yeah, the final episode now. Yeah, I feel it could have worked. It could have worked if they had just sort of scrapped the episodes 5 and 6 and replaced them with actual setting stuff up. Like the Tuskens come back and you see Boba Fett training with the Rancor, or maybe more stuff with the Pikes, and then you get like you actually see reinforcements for the Pikes come in off from their homeworld, come into Tatooine, like something bigger. and more like if you would flesh this stuff out more, because you see the Rancor show up and just like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
had
just like,
one
okay,
throw,
he's
like
here now.
one line in the episode, and now he's writing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it just like happened. Like, okay, there you go, that happened. And it was like they didn't, yeah, once again, like every like moment where they tried to like have there be emotion was like so like
it fell flat.
It fell flat. Yeah, because when he was like, these people are counting on me, I was like, what are you talking about?
They aren't.
Like, they don't even know who you are. Like, they don't even respect you or anything. Like, so they didn't really build that up at all. It was like, if I can see how if you spent more time on that in like, I don't know, 2 episodes, then you could have really like there could have been a bit more emotion to that, but there wasn't really. And then it was just like people were making really dumb decisions like the entire time. Like they were like shooting at the impervious shield or whatever.
Yeah, I had just
like...
finished like last month. I had finished watching the Clone Wars episode where with Ahsoka and
Saw Gerrera.
Saul Guerrero, yeah, and you gotta throw the detonator under there. And like
Yep.
Boba Fett should know that. He was in the Clone Wars when this happened. He should be able to know how to take that out, or and he's just shooting missiles at it, straight at it, just
it's like I mean, like if they had shown like someone tried to, I don't know, like roll something under it or do something to it, and it's like, okay, so this is like a larger, more advanced piece of technology or something, then that would have like answered that problem. That would have resolved that. But they never do that. Like they never have any moment where they're like, oh, can we do the thing that they did in the Clone Wars? And they're like, no, this is some sort of advanced technology. Some line or something would have like explained it. But it was like Mando's like hitting it with the sword. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's not gonna work. It's like they're just like being really dumb the whole time. And I was like, all right, guys, like, sure. It's just and like
also the whole time. Just the Scorpion droids. You don't really care about the Scorpion droids. They came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they weren't like built up to or anything. Yeah, they had something in the prior one where they were like, the Pikes are like, we have a big weapon or something. Like we have something that we can use. Or they like had foreshadowed it.
What they did in Mandalorian season 2 with the Dark Troopers.
Right. Yeah, they set that up, didn't they?
They set that up.
Yeah, you're right.
Quite a bit. Like since halfway through the season, they didn't even do any foreshadowing. Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, I guess they have these now. And like, it wasn't even something where it was like, I don't remember. Like they're in the Clone Wars and stuff, right? I don't remember them having those. Like, I guess they just have those weapons. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was like, okay, I guess they have these. And then it was just like there was all sorts of weird like moments where I was like logically that doesn't make any sense. Like when all the different crime families betray Boba, which is very obviously going to happen, and like the pig guys are standing on top of this cliff, and then this train is going past, and these guys are like standing on the other side. I'm like, wait, how would you not have seen them like approaching?
They might have gotten out of the train.
The train was going pretty fast though. It just seemed like really they were just like walking across the desert, and it's I don't know. It was like the pigs didn't try to move. Weird. Like the pigs didn't try to like move. They just stood in this one location and let themselves get pushed off the cliff. Like, oh, okay.
Sorry, they're not really smart. I didn't really feel any emotion when any of the like the cyborg people or the mods or the pigmen, like the pigmen. I didn't feel any emotion. The only thing that I was feeling through the episode, like when it was Cad Bane versus Boba or Black Krrsantan, I was just like, well, I hope they don't die. It'd be cool to see more of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like there's no like emotion to any of it. I was like, oh, like it was so like I felt so numb, and I was like, this sucks. Like I was like, this could have been good, and it was like, yeah, it was super weird. Like Krrsantan gets like swarmed by the lizard guys.
Yeah,
and then like in a scene later, he's just like somehow broken free with no explanation. Like, how did he get out of that? It was like a stupid moment that they had earlier to try and like make the audience be like, oh no, he got taken out. And they're like, no, he didn't. Like,
yeah, that was me. I watch it with like my family, my sisters were like, oh no, I hope he doesn't die. And then like, oh, he survived. Oh wow. It's not that big of a surprise sort of thing.
No,
like,
it was just kind of like, yeah.
And then what they did with Cad Bane, that was just weird. They set him up as just big guy at the end of the second to last episode, and then last episode he gets taken out. It And if he's really dead, that is one of the stupidest decisions ever. Like, you introduce him and then you kill him in the next episode.
Yeah, and it's not even like a character where like they really have like any kind of dynamic. Like they did, but the episodes of Clone Wars that was going to happen, they were like canceled. So like as of currently, like people watching this, even if they have watched like all the other shows, are going to be like, what are they talking about? Like if you don't know about the canceled arcs, when they're like, I am what is it? What does he say? He's like, I'm no longer a little boy, and you're an old man, or whatever. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like if you've seen the other stuff, like it's not even like that fills in the gaps for that.
And it borrows just everything from the Clone Wars. Like if you don't know who he is from the Clone Wars, then it's not that big of a thing. Like, wow. Like
he's just some guy that showed up.
Some really cool guy, but it's not like this big thing where I'm like, wow. And if you have seen the Clone Wars, you're like, which episodes are they talking about? You don't get what they're talking about with this.
No, yeah, they're just like, okay, we've met before. And it's like, yeah, like I don't mind necessarily like the symbolism of Boba Fett killing the guy with the stick, which he forged as like, that's like, that represents like his new path in life.
Yeah.
And he's killing Cad Bane, which is like his past. He's killing the past or whatever. But it's like he doesn't even know that guy. It's just if you're watching this, even if you have seen the show, it's like these guys don't even have a history really. Like, okay, he killed a guy. Like there's no real like payoff, or like if it was someone like Fennec or something who he had to fight, then it would have been like, okay, there's like some sort of like relationship between those characters, like somebody else. But it's like, oh, it's just Cad Bane. Okay. I was like, okay, that happened. Like that was basically my reaction the whole time. I was like, oh, that happened. Okay.
And one thing that I did see in one of your videos, you were like, when the Empire got all the bounty hunters get together and Cad Bane wasn't there in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
You seen it?
It's
just weird, but my theory for that, I think something happened between Cad Bane and the Empire, and he's got this thing where he's 100% against the Empire, and since Boba Fett went with the Empire, he feels betrayed by it, and that's why they got a bit more of a rivalry. I don't know, something like that. That would make some sense.
Yeah, I didn't read that. I didn't know anything about that. But like, even if so, like the fact that Cad Bane is like literally like the only insults or like anything that he can hold over Bubba's head is "you're a killer," but so am I. Like he keeps saying like you're a killer. I'm like, my mind flashed back to like 10 times in Clone Wars when he killed someone. And even if like, and it would have worked if they had established this new character and he showed up and they didn't show him kill anybody. But like the first scene he's in, he's like, Boba Fett's a killer, and then he like kills 2 people. It's like, okay. Okay. Like it's like his character's like morals like don't make any sense. Like it's just so weird.
Yeah. Okay, so overall for the show, I felt like it was just disappointing. I didn't have as much hype for it as you. As probably like I wasn't looking forward to it as much as the Ahsoka show, The Mandalorian, season 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or I think I was actually looking forward more to the Acolyte 2. So this one was just like in the medium for my Star Wars shows that I was looking forward to. So it was disappointing on how bad it did and what it ended up as. But
I don't know.
We got upcoming Star Wars shows. So I think next is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think they're gonna
maybe.
I think they're showing some sort of promo for it at the Super Bowl. I heard that
really?
somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe like 30 seconds. So
that's possible, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that since they announced it. I've been looking forward to it. Yeah,
I think like the general premise, like I think it sounds like I thought, okay, you're gonna make a show about Ewan McGregor or Obi-Wan and he's out in the desert. Like that's not that bad. But when the moment when I started becoming a little skeptical of it was when they were like, oh, he and Vader are gonna have another fight, and I was like, well, how are you gonna have that make sense? Because in the original movie, he's like, last time we met, you were but the learner, and now I was but the learner, now I am the master. I'm like, so they had another fight where like Obi-Wan lost or something. Like it's not gonna add a lot of context to the original. Like it's not gonna like add any emotion to it or anything. Because like, if anything, it's kind of cooler where it's like you have these two characters and they're facing off against each other for the first time in like 20 years. But it would like that. I just feel like it would like diminish the impact of that if it was like, oh yeah, they fought like 5 years ago. It's like, oh, okay.
I don't think Ewan McGregor would go into whoever played him in New Hope that fast in 5 years. Like, that's a pretty big difference right there.
Yeah, that's true. But I thought they said it was 5 years before.
I didn't hear anything for that, but I've been looking forward to it. Ewan McGregor, he was like the best part of the prequels for me.
Ewan McGregor's great. Yeah, I love that guy.
Everything that he's been doing recently, really liked it.
Have you seen what was it called?
I've seen a bunch of Ewan McGregor movies. So.
Have you seen Christopher Robin? It was like the live action.
Yeah, I saw that. Christopher Robin. He was also in this movie Big Fish. He was in Birds of Prey. He's doing good in everything that he's in. But Christopher Robin, I thought he was fine in that. Not too amazing. He was fine.
Yeah.
But one thing that got me concerned for this end of the Book of Boba Fett is the Ahsoka show, and then also the Mandalorian season 3, which should be coming out this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Did they confirm that, or was it just like a rumor?
I think they are coming out with season 3, like with everything set up. It should be coming out, I think December, maybe. But where it's going, they sort of diminished the entire thing with season 2 of The Mandalorian, which that was my favorite Star Wars live action season so far. So,
yeah, I probably agree with that.
But you just ruin it.
Yeah. It's just Grogu's back with Mando, I guess. Like, I understand, like, if they had spaced it out more, it would work better. But like, they didn't really go into like the characters, how they felt about their situations or anything. So as is, it's like Grogu's going back with Mando, even though it's like not really safe. I mean, like, I guess you could say, oh, they took out Moff Gideon, who was like the main like threat. So it's like, I guess he's not in the picture, but like there's still other people like Thrawn
there's tons of people that want to get him.
Yeah, so it's like, and there were like bounty hunters too.
Yeah, tons of bounty hunters, everybody. And then
so it's like, how is it like, I don't know why Luke would even give him a choice. Like, that
another really frustrating thing with that would be you just Mandalorian fans, like there's a bunch of people that they're not watching the Book of Boba Fett, and they watch the Mandalorian season 2. They're like, okay, Grogu's with Luke, and then they watch season 3 and they're like, he's with Mando. What happened here? And they got to watch Book of Boba Fett to see what's going on. Just weird with that.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird. Like, they're trying to. I mean, I should have seen this coming, but like, it's starting to feel like an Avengers type thing.
Yeah, like
oh, you gotta have like they're making it this TV show universe thing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I mean, it's like I can see how that could work, but it's just like already the continuity.
I want them to have
I don't want
stories.
Yeah, and it's like I never saw Star Wars as being like this like Marvel interconnected thing, you know? Like,
it is, but like, still, I feel like they should have their separate stories. Like, you got Rogue One, you got solo Star Wars story. Just Rogue One is severely connected to Star Wars, but it has its own sort of story and vibe.
Yeah.
And solo Star Wars story, that's what I want these Disney Plus shows to be, like something 100% different, like The Mandalorian, that we haven't seen from Star Wars before. And just doing our own little stories inside of the world of Star Wars, not 100% connected to each other, which is why I'm excited for the Acolyte too. That's supposed to be hundreds of years before. My only concern with it, I'm thinking about it now, they could have a bunch of cameos like, hey, look, there's Yoda. Hey, look, here's Mace Windu. Hey, look, remember this guy in the background of Phantom Menace? Oh, he's here. Just, that would ruin it, but hope it's something different.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I remember there's some controversy about how the director was like, I am not even familiar with Star Wars or something. And like,
that's sort of what I want. That's sort of what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't know Star Wars, isn't gonna just be like giving us all these cameos.
Yeah, they can't ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Yeah, they can't really ruin it if they don't know anything. That's the problem, like with these people now, is like Dave Filoni. He made some good shows. He made Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff. And then it's like he comes over here and he's like, Ahsoka, her morals, they're out the window. Like, he's like ruining all these characters he created. I'm like, dude, it's like the money. It's getting to your head, dude. So it's like, it's like when you have people involved that are familiar with it, then they can like potentially mess it up. But like with these other people who like aren't familiar with it, I'm like, then you can do something wholly original.
I'm wondering if it was like Disney or somebody higher up. They're like, hey, Baby Yoda, Grogu's too big of a thing to not have in the Mandalorian, so I need you to somehow in the Ahsoka show or the Book of Boba Fett show, whatever show you're doing, just get him back to the Mandalorian before Mandalorian season 3 comes out. And if you had to just shuffle everything in with Book of Boba Fett, that would make some sense. Because on Disney Plus, they come out with these behind the scenes, like an hour long, week after the final episode of the show or movie comes out. So maybe we could see something with that, because I wouldn't be as mad at the show for messing it up if they had been told that they had to put it in somewhere.
Yeah, they like forced it. And I feel like Jon Favreau is kind of like a little bit responsible in part for like how like weirdly like connected all of it is, because like he has played a large part in the Marvel movies, right there. So it's like he's familiar with that. So I feel like he's kind of like trying to copy that format of storytelling, right? Like everyone has to show up in each other's shows. Mandalorian has to be in Boba Fett. Like it's and like maybe that's why. Like I feel like like someone else needs to write these. Like I feel like Jon Favreau needs to like step aside and let someone else like do it, because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like he's starting to mess things up a bit, but.
Yeah, because they used to do that. I haven't seen them, but Supergirl, Arrow, and Flash, they had them all like they appeared in each other's episodes in the seasons.
Oh God,
it's so mixed up. I haven't seen that, but I hear that's what it is, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen here, because I heard when they were doing the Arrow show and the Flash show, in the Arrow episode there'd be like Flash showing up or something like that, and you had to watch both shows to understand it. I don't want that to be Star Wars. I want them to have their own separate shows and series and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, the Acolyte thing does.
What is your most anticipated Star Wars show right now? Well, I know Bad Batch season 2 is coming out. Is that it?
That one I am looking for. Like I rewatched the first couple episodes of that with my brother the other day, because he hadn't seen it. I was like, man, that's really good. Like I still really like that show, the first season at least. So I'm like, I have hope for the second season. Certainly, I hope that they don't, because with these other things, like originally they were my least like anticipated Star Wars, but now like the Obi-Wan and the Bad Batch stuff, I'm like, I kind of have a little bit more hope for them, because they aren't a part of this like weird interconnected thing they're trying to do. Like with Ahsoka and Mandalorian and Boba Fett, like they're all part of the same like time period. Like I'm like, these can't really be tied into them that heavily, can they? So I'm like, I don't think they're gonna like mess it up. So I'm like I was very impressed with how they handled the first season of Bad Batch. They didn't really like have any characters come in and like intrude upon the narrative. Like they were there and they were like, all right, here we go. Like when Rex showed up, it was like, oh, I'm here to help you out.
And then he's
helped
gone.
You out. Bye. Yeah, he's like, all right, you served your purpose. See you later. Like they didn't like have him stick around or anything. I was like,
yeah. And that was sort of nice to have our group, and then they see people in Star Wars. But you saw Cad Bane, you saw Fennec Shand, you saw the guys from Rebels, which I'm gonna try to watch all the Rebels and Clone Wars. I'm almost done with Clone Wars. I'm like halfway through season 6, so just got a bit more of that.
Right. Which one are you on there? Season 6 is my favorite one.
Yeah, I saw that, so I was looking forward to it. I just finished like the first 4 episodes where you have the clones and the chip in their head.
Yeah, the 5s one. That's a good one.
I'm just looking through like season 5 and 6. They have stories that I'm not 100% interested in that much. Like in season 5, you got the droids and this tiny guy, and they're going on a mission. I'm not as interested in that.
I couldn't even watch that.
Yeah, I'm not as interested in it, but it's done a lot better than it was in like season 1 when they had the droid.
Oh yeah, season 1 was awful.
So yeah, that stuff, I'm not as interested in it, but they executed a lot better.
Yeah, I just kind of skipped most of those type of episodes.
Oh, you did?
The people were like, oh, the droid episodes, they're bad. And I was like, all right, I'll just skip them.
I've been watching everything.
Most of the main ones. Well, you're more you're more committed than me.
Yeah, I guess
I did like I watched most of it. I just kind of skipped like some of the ones where I'm like, I don't need to watch R2-D2 and C-3PO go to the market or whatever. Like I don't need to watch that. But like the ones that were really good were like really good. I feel like that's why like I have like maybe a higher opinion of it, because I didn't watch the bad ones. So like I'm only like judging it off of like the good stuff, really.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I'm just watching everything because
It's good.
I'm gonna get the full picture, even though it might be horrible. Because I was trying to watch as many movies as I could last month in January. I watched 11, and I saw two things that I'd actually give a thumbs up to. Everything else was just
Really?
this is horrible.
Right. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but
yeah, January is not a particularly like good month.
Yeah, it's the
movies.
worst month for movies. But I decided to try to do stuff because we didn't get a whole bunch of shows or anything going on. And for shows, what are you looking forward to shows this? Hey, guys, go. Guys, go. Yep. So
shows. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that because like my friend and I we recorded that live yesterday, and I was like, what is the next show we would do one of these for? And I was like, I don't know. Like I don't actually know what I'm like looking forward to. Because like after that awful ending, I was like, I'm not looking forward to the other shows set in this like connected universe of shows. So I'm like,
so
I might watch Obi-Wan. I don't know. I'll watch like a couple episodes of Obi-Wan maybe, and then if like I do like it, then I'll like watch it all the way through. But it's mainly like Bad Batch I'm looking forward to. I hope they don't delay Bad Batch. I don't see why they did or why they would. It's like animated, but like I just don't know. Like this year is gonna it's seeming a little bit overcrowded with Star Wars stuff. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got Bad Batch season 2, we got Ahsoka, we got Mandalorian season 3, and then we have the Andor show coming out.
Right. I'm probably not gonna watch that.
I feel just obligated to watch all Star Wars, Marvel, whatever. So I'm gonna watch that. Marvel stuff. We got a Secret Invasion, Moon Knight. What are you thinking about the Marvel stuff this month? Well, this year.
I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I saw the Moon Knight thing and I was like, I'm not really familiar with the Moon Knight character.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of what
my friend was talking to me about it, and he was like, like he actually said he was looking forward to it. He's like, yeah, it's like actually like a guy with like a disability, and it's more like it's not so much like the over the top kind of typical Marvel fare.
Yeah,
so
I'm
like,
seeing maybe breakdown of the thing, and the guy he's got this order where he's got like 4 personalities, and he's chaining himself to the bed so that his other personalities won't get away, and just all this. Put a sand around his bed so that you could see if him with somebody else took over his mind, like another personality, and ran away. Just it seems like a very darker, more interesting show. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I might check that.
Yeah, and then we got for other shows, we got a trailer for a Halo show. I don't know if you played Halo or not. Have you?
No, I don't have much of a connection to Halo.
Oh, you don't?
I didn't even know that.
You didn't?
But yeah.
Well,
no, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge one because I don't do a whole bunch of video games or anything, but I played it quite a few times every once in a while, and so I liked it, and the show looks pretty cool, like action adventure sort of thing. And then we got Rings of Power. You're supposed to show a promo for that at the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'm hoping that will be good.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And then there was something else I wanted to bring up.
The season 3 of whatever it was that I don't know what it's called. Doesn't it start with a D? The season 3 of the show that you were
His Dark
about.
Materials.
Yeah, that.
Have you started watching that yet?
I have not. I'm just sort of behind on stuff. That's next on my show list to watch, so I'm gonna check that out.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good show.
It is. Huh. Yeah, I'm
hoping. I don't know when they're gonna release that. Probably sometime in November, I guess.
Yeah, November.
That's when the past 2 released. So.
Okay, so I guess
that's what I'd figure.
Don't have to watch it for a while, but still, it seems interesting because it's nice to get a recommendation when I see all this bad stuff and trying to find something good.
Yeah, to watch. I was looking for something good to watch. My mom was like, "You should watch this." I was like, "Okay." I didn't even know it was a thing. I was shocked to like find out about that because I read those books several years ago. And I was like,
there's a lot of underrated stuff here and there that's harder to find.
Yeah. But, I finally watched Dune actually.
Oh, night. You did? Oh yeah, we should. We'll talk about that, I guess, when we get to the Oscars. What other subjects do we got? Oh yeah. I don't know if you saw, but they had a Netflix thing where they showed like 30 projects that they're working on. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't see that. What
Yeah.
was on there?
They're coming out with some movie, The Adam Project. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Mark Hamill and who else is in it? I forgot. There's another big actor in there, but this kid, a future version of himself, comes back in time to find him and get him his dad back. It's looks like a pretty cool thing. You got Knives Out 2. I don't know if you've seen Knives Out, have you?
I love Knives Out. That's a great
movie.
I
loved it too. I'm trying to consider for my 2019 ranking, is it better than Avengers Endgame? I'm just trying to figure that out in my head.
I would say so.
Yeah, I know you would, but trying to be honest. Such a great movie. That's my favorite mystery. And then I don't know if you saw it, but 2 years ago, I guess from now, Enola Holmes came out. They're coming out with a sequel to that.
I haven't seen that. My friend told me about that.
Yeah, my sister's is like her favorite movie. So that it's sort of like a mystery movie, so it's fine.
There's that one coming out pretty soon with Death on the Nile.
Yeah, Death on the Nile. That came out. Yeah, it's a sequel to Murder on the Orient.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
I'm gonna check that out whenever it comes out on DVD or whatever. And so got some cool stuff coming up this next year. But what I know your most anticipated film of 2022 is Secrets of Dumbledore. So any want to elaborate on that?
How so?
I don't know. Like for me, I wouldn't think Fantastic Beasts would be number one. Like there's a lot of stuff coming out this year. We got a pretty packed year. So why is it that one?
I like the Fantastic Beasts movies. I just do. I know that there's like a certain like amount of people that don't like them, but I was like, I like the first one. I don't think the second one's like an amazing movie, but it like got way too much hate. It wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second. I saw like half of the first. I didn't make it through it. Decided to wait. And so mine's the Batman. It's coming out next month actually, so not that big of a wait.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that one looks awesome.
I might watch that at some point.
Yeah. And then I think our final subject here, we got the Oscars. They announced the 10 ones. I'm not a big Oscars guy, but decided to check it out. So since you've seen like 3, I think, of the Oscar ones, you saw Power of the Dog, Dune, and Don't Look Up, I think, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I'm not a big Oscars guy, but I know some of the stuff there, and those are. I haven't seen The Power of the Dog. I saw 3 of them, but Dune. Yeah, what do you think of Dune? I really love that movie, but
Dune was good. Yeah, Dune was really good. It's definitely like it's a very like dense movie. Like it definitely has a lot of meat to it. Like I need to watch it again. Really, like there's a lot to it. But
I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I've been trying to find it for a cheap price to buy, but haven't gotten it yet. I think it was my 3rd favorite movie of last year. So looking forward to watch it again.
Sorry?
Nothing. So and then Don't Look Up. I saw that one like in January. I didn't get to talk about it. I saw you thought it was good.
I thought it was quite good, yeah. I do need to watch it again. I missed like a little bit of like the beginning portion, but like I saw like majority of the movie. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, I thought it was had some great performances in there, and it was pretty good movie, but I think the humor was a bit off sometimes with how they
really
handle that. Yeah, just with some of it seemed just a bit off at times. Just a bit too cheesy, I guess, for the movie. The movies.
I didn't really find that. I thought it was kind of like
some of it worked, some of it
weird.
Yeah, it was a weird movie.
It was a strange movie. Yeah, I was like, what?
But just the vibe of it and everything. And then I haven't seen The Power of the Dog, but what did you think of that?
Power of the Dog. Yeah, that one was like very grim. I was like,
grim.
This movie, it was very depressing, like dark movie. It was like I don't think I want to watch it again. but like it was good. It was really good movie. Like well made, well acted, well written. It was just like oh, like when it ended, I was like, oh, like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some of those movies. I wouldn't think of it. It looks like darker grim, but still Western, sort of have some nice elements in there.
No, it does not.
No?
It's not a nice movie, dude. It's like really grim. Yeah, but like I think the guy who played like the young character in the movie, I think he got nominated for best supporting actor.
Yeah,
So,
that film got I think 16 nominations, and then Dune got 11 nominations, all in different stuff.
Man.
Well, anything else to talk about?
I don't know. I feel like we've covered most of the bases here.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, oh yeah, True Grit. Glad you like True Grit.
Oh yeah, I got to finally watch that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the old one. You said you saw the. I've never seen the old one.
You said it was a big improvement over the old one, so I thought you.
I believed that it was like from what I saw of it. Like I did see like a little bit of it. Like I watched it through like clips and stuff. I was like,
yeah, I probably haven't seen that movie for 6 or 7 years. It's been a long time. So while I was watching it, I was seeing like the rattlesnakes and stuff, and then putting the coat in the chimney. Some of the little elements there that I just recognized, some of the lines, shooting the cornbread just seemed like from the 1969 version, but in the 1969 version it was overly cheesy. I want to say how they did it. Like John Wayne, his movies just that. I think True Grit, the new one, was a lot better. I just got confused when I was seeing that in the comments because I didn't know.
No, I have no doubt that like it's better than the old one. Like I saw like some bits of it. I was like, yeah, it's like even like on an acting level, the newer one looks like better. Yeah. So you're looking for the what was the other one? What was the one I recommended?
17 again? No.
Yeah, Edge of 17. Yeah,
Edge of 17.
That was a good one. I only recently watched that one, but it was quite good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. And then another one might check out. I don't know. Was the Annie with an E? Anne with an E? I don't know.
That's a good one. Anne with an E. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was a show that my sisters and everybody was watching, and I sort of missed out on it. So I didn't get to check that one out. Another one to do. So a lot of stuff to check out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Kind of fell under the radar.
Yeah, because you got all the big name stuff on Netflix that gets taken over by that takes over all the smaller, more underrated stuff.
You got that right, yeah.
But still, big stuff's okay, I'd say. Sometimes depends what you're talking about with that.
Yeah, it depends on who's working on it. You gotta have like the right creative minds, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we've covered most of the bases here.
Yeah.
It's like, you have anything else to mention? Anything else? What are you working on? You working on anything new?
Oh yeah, I was just working on like 3 separate videos. I was ranking let me think, what was it? It was the 10 Book of Boba Fett characters ranked. I think best character was Mandalorian, unfortunately. Boba Fett came in 4th place. He got really sidelined in his own show. And then I was working on Ready Player 2 review, just the book, Ready Player 1 that came out with a sequel, so I finished reading that.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was this.
Yeah, I decided to read it. I'd say it's about tied with the first one because they're both like 9 out of 10, real good. And then
that's good.
Other thing, I'm ranking the 20 highest grossing films that I've seen because Spider-Man No Home made a massive amount of money and made it in that list. Because I discovered that like 4 or 5 years ago, and just been watching that page every once in a while with Wikipedia, seeing the highest grossing stuff because I had no idea with it. I saw Avatar, I'm like, what is that? So
got
to check it out. Yeah, I didn't see all of them because I haven't seen Fast and Furious movies yet.
I haven't seen them either. I haven't seen them, yeah.
And then
it don't really seem like my thing.
I saw part of the first one. I thought it was good enough. So been sort of doing that. I try to do like a Blu-ray haul video where I show what I bought for the month. And last month I didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
I had two options for that. Either you go to like Walmart and buy some new stuff, or you go to a place, and I found like movies for $1. We got them down here.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
3 separate places. So
yeah, it's always good. Yeah, I was able to find some stuff for pretty cheap. I found what did I find? I found Inside Out for like $1. So like, that was good. It's a good deal, you know.
I found a brand new Blu-ray and DVD Captain America: The Winter Soldier, brand new, sealed for $1.
Wow, that's good. It's a good one.
Yeah. Blu-rays are almost not existent around here in the dollar places, so hard to find them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can be hard to find sometimes.
Well, I think that'll be it for recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,